El va despertar a les 7. No era la set saludable que un té després de disputar 3 sets de tenis i de passar un dia esquiant. Aquella set que ve a poc. Era la set absoluta i implacable que provoca l'esforç desesperat del cos per recuperar el líquid que ha estat substituït per l'alcohol. Estava estirat al llit i s'havia despertat, tot d'una, cobert amb una capa fina de suor i la roba interior xopa i enganxifó. En un primer moment es va pensar que podia enganyar aquella set, que podia no fer-ne cas i tornar a tocar el son petit del qual la set l'havia tret. Es va tombar de costat amb la boca oberta sobre el coixí i va estirar el cabrellit fins a cobrir-se l'espatlla. Però per més que el seu cos volgués descansar, no el podia obligar a ignorar la set ni tampoc el lleuger nerviosisme de l'estómac. Es va quedar estirat al llit, immòbil i completament desproveït de voluntat, i es va dir que havia de tornar a dormir. Thirst waking. It was not the healthy thirst that follows 3 sets of tennis or a day spent skiing. Thirst that comes slowly. It was the grinding, relentless thirst that comes of the body's desperate attempt to replenish liquids that have been displaced by alcohol. He lay in his bed, suddenly awake, covered with a thin film of sweat, his underwear damp and clinging. At first he thought he could out with it, ignore it and fall back into the sudden sleep from which he first had prodded him. He turned on his side, mouth open on the pillow, and pulled the covers up over his shoulder. But much as his body craved more rest, he could not force it to ignore his thirst nor the faint nervousness of his stomach. He lay there, inert and utterly deprived of will, and told himself to go back to sleep.